Today, I want to share a really powerful story with you. It's about resilience, about loss, and, about the incredible strength it takes to turn just profound pain into an even greater purpose. This is the story of a young man named Arman.
His friends used to say this about him, and it just perfectly captures the kind of intensity we're talking about here. For Arman, football wasn't just a game, it wasn't a hobby, it was, well, it was everything.
So, let me set the scene. In this small town, there's this young man, Arman, and his entire world, his whole being, revolves around one single, burning ambition: to play football for his country's national team.
And the crazy part is, he was so close. I mean, can you imagine? By the time he was 21, he was already a star at the regional level, known for his incredible skill and just his ironclad discipline. The path was laid out for him, totally perfect. The national trials, the very last step, were right around the corner.
But you know how life is. It can just pivot in an instant. And for Arman, one single moment was about to completely change his entire destiny and just shatter everything he had ever worked for. And it happened, just like that, in a blur. He was riding home from practice and a speeding car just comes out of nowhere, a loud crash, and then just unbearable pain. In that single chaotic moment, his life was changed forever.
And then came the words that would just crush his soul. Imagine waking up in a hospital and the doctor tells you this, the finality of it. You'll never play professionally. The one dream he'd poured his entire life into was just gone, declared over.
The fallout from that was just devastating. Arman completely shut down. I mean, he couldn't even look at his football boots anymore. He built these invisible walls around his heart, cutting himself off from his friends, his family, and the sport that had once been his whole world.
So for months, that's where he was, just lost in this silence, adrift in his grief. But then, a chance encounter in a really unexpected place provided this little flicker of hope that would, well, begin to change everything.
He was walking through a park one day and saw an old toy maker, just skillfully carving wood with only one arm. And for the first time in months, Arman actually looked outside of his own pain. His curiosity sparked a question, and that question was really the first step toward his own healing.
And this was the old man's reply. This right here is the turning point. It's not about forgetting the past. It's about making space for the future. You see, the whole idea is that letting go isn't about surrendering. It's an act of preparation. It's about getting ready for what's coming next. And wow, did those words hit home. They sparked this huge shift inside Arman. He was about to start a new journey. Not one of forgetting what he had lost, but of building something totally new from the rubble of a shattered dream.
And he didn't just think about it. He took action. He made a conscious decision, went to a local school, and offered to coach the kids for free. And in the simple joy of watching a young boy score his very first goal, Arman found something he thought was gone forever, a new purpose. He wasn't just a coach anymore. He was becoming a mentor.
He even completely redefined what success meant, not just for him, but for all of his students. And this new definition he taught them, wow, it's so powerful. It's not about winning the match. It's about the resilience to get back up after you've been knocked down. That, he taught them, was true success. Just look at the full transformation here. It's incredible. His old dream, it was all about personal glory, right? A personal victory. But his new destiny, that was about creating a shared legacy, shaping the next generation of players. So yeah, he may have lost a dream, but he found a purpose that was just infinitely bigger than himself. So, what's the big takeaway here? What can we all learn from Arman's incredible journey? His story really leaves us with some profound lessons about the true power of just moving on. It really boils down to these core principles that Arman learned and then lived by. First, moving on takes immense strength. It is not weakness. Second, letting go is a sign of maturity. It means you're growing up. And maybe most important of all, the past is there to teach us a lesson, but it should never, ever be a life sentence.
You know, if there's one single line that just nails the entire point of this story, it's this one. Life is like a book, right? And to experience the whole story, you have to be willing to turn the page, especially when that last chapter was a painful one. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Arman found his new chapter by finally letting go of the old one. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What amazing new chapter might be waiting out there for you if you can just find the strength to turn the page.